Hi. A film I caught up with recently that I've been interested to see for a while was Osgood Perkins' Gretel and Hansel. It's a new version of the story by the Brothers Grimm, directed by Osgood Perkins, son of Anthony, the actor and director, who himself has a bit of a track record in horror, and starring Sophie Lillis, who starred in the It films, based on the Stephen King book, and Alice Krige as the witch. Perkins has a very particular style, um, very retro, very sort of 70s. The film as a whole felt very reminiscent of um, works of Panos Cosmatos, who made Beyond the Black Rainbow and Mandy, or films like The Lighthouse. This very stylized look. And it recounts the story of Hansel and Gretel, as it's more commonly referred to, in fairly conventional terms. The two children are sent away from the mother's home. They go into the forest. They encounter a witch. The witch wants to kill them and eat them. But there are twists to the story, particularly the ages of the protagonists. Hansel is made a very young boy, whereas Gretel is 15 or 16 years old and has already refused to take a job for a local nobleman, which she thought would be some kind of librarian or instructor, but he was more interested in simply keeping her as a mistress. Um, which, when she appears, is played by Alice Krige, who might be best known for playing the Borg Queen in Star Trek First Contact. And it's a very menacing and very strange and sinister performance. She's almost seductive in the way she brings the children into the home. Um, but the story uh, then evolves, and we start to understand why Gretel is billed top rather than her younger brother. It's much more of a story about a woman discovering her place, discovering her strength, and for herself uncovering what life she can have, having rejected uh, positions that are expected of her and being thrown out of the family home as a result. She is then taken in by this strange old woman who seems much more interested, or at least we discover she's much more interested in exploiting her in a different way. So the story follows her as she discovers her own power and her own capability, as well as uh, recounting a new twist on the old story. I liked it very much. I thought it was the acting was very fine. I thought the photography was very beautiful, um, and I liked, in particular, one thing that I liked very much was that it was short. It felt compact. Um, it doesn't outstay its welcome, and it feels um, as though it understands exactly what it wants to do. There's no waffle. There's no fat. Um, so it's a very controlled piece of work. It's very disciplined. So as I say, I thought it was very good. I'd recommend it very highly. It works as a horror story and as something a bit more complex. And I'm interested to see some of Perkins' other films to see if the quality of his work is consistent.